Hello, everybody. On behalf of Chile Asia Connect, we would like to thank you all to join this meeting. For us, it's very important to discuss about some topics that are very important in the relation between Asia and Chile, and also with Latin America. Today we have two special guests, close friends of mine, Jung-Hoon Lee from Seoul Music Week from South Korea, and Francesca Hanching she's a Chilean living for about 9 or 10 years in Beijing, in China, from Agencia Hanching. So thank you both for being here. And we're gonna start with this panel that is focused on the relation between and the connections between Chile and Latin America and Asia. Our main goal is to give a general perspective about the state of things, state of art in the music industry, in the relation, in the cultural relation between both regions. So I'm going to talk about the first topic, and then you can explain yourself. The first topic is about the challenge that are involving the generation of partnerships between South American and Asian institutions or private companies, and in the implementation of music and cultural activities, especially regarding bands and musicians' mobility through these territories. What are your opinions about this matter? We can start with Francesca.
Well, it's in China, especially China. It's in a country that been it's well known because of the way they have produced cultural consumption. Chinese people consume a lot of cultural activities, and there's a lot of intent for people to do that. It could be for free. I mean, people can access freely, or people can pay for that. And of course, it will be depend on the type of show, or depend on the type of performance. For China, in order to China show more about culture, also they like to join this relationship with other countries, of course, and they do a lot of exchange, cultural exchange, especially through embassies or consulates, which makes more easy to between both understand what type of culture you can bring from the other countries, so you can basically control the type of information you will provide here. Okay, sometimes it's easy to do that like that, because you can go slowly, testing a little bit. Like, for example, Chile so far, and this is why basically I started doing cultural exchange, because in my understanding, or the way I see these things, normally I saw that the authority, the Chilean authority, was too it was too narrow the way they promote our culture, being super specific in specific areas, you know. And I thought that we have more than that. We have more than cueca, we have more than just empanadas, and we have more, obviously, more than cover and wine. Exactly, which is very nice, obviously. But, and I thought that we maybe go through other cities in China as well, and that's why I started connection with Esteban, And I said that, well, maybe we can start bringing other products from Chile that is not that typical and show Chinese people if they like it or not. And maybe in the future think that that product can be consumed for the Chinese people.
Well, Francesca, we were talking that there's kind of a way of thinking that China it's kind of close to the cultures and arts and other activities from all around the world. So, do you think that is it true that, or what do you think about that?
In general, I think the Chinese people, it's always very curious about knowing other cultures. What they have is always very restricted. So when they have the opportunity to see other artistic or cultural expression, they will be always, probably at the beginning, kind of what is that? But then later they connect very easily, and that's probably one of the things that I really like since we've been doing this cultural exchange, because even though we've been working with different bands and different styles like folk, rock, jazz, there's always, especially in young people, young generation, very, very into this music. It's like the connection they establish is so powerful, is so potent, and you don't need to communicate in Chinese. You communicate through music. So yeah, they might look like a closed or not too open to other expression, but that's not true. That's not real. It's just they haven't seen. You haven't shown them yet what you have.
Okay, and to finish this topic, how do you think we can progress in generating bonds and connections between some companies or institutions, if they are private or from the public sector? It doesn't matter, but how can we progress in that?
With more funds.
More funds.
more resources. Yes, because doing this is, for me, it's like a responsibility. I mean, if I started this also because I thought it was a responsibility as a Chilean, as a businesswoman, not only promote a commercial aspect of my country, but also a cultural aspect of my country, that it can be put it together in a strategy. So your consumer here, the people you are targeting, it's easy for them to understand what is the whole thing. It's not just a product and related with something. When Chilean people drink wine, for example, they did this like a disconnected with a cultural aspect, and that's what I'm trying to do, connect both. But in order to do that, is also in resources is needed, more sponsorship is needed, and more, also a little bit more of support, because this is not like a burden. I mean, this is not something that you do because, oh, this is lada, we have to do this cultural thing. No, I mean, this is super important. It's part of your whole, part of the country, should be part of the country strategies to target a specific market.
Yeah. Well, thank you. We're going to Lee, and you can explain about this topic, about the challenges that are involved in this creation of partnerships between South Korea, in your case, and Asia in general, with South America, Latin America, and Chile.
The first of all, I'm I would like to say I'm really sorry if I didn't hear. You can talk about very freely as the Espanol, Spanish, but I cannot speak Spanish, and we have to speak the English. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but
No,
very
don't
funny.
worry, don't worry. We are very
And
happy.
and Thomas, he disappeared, but I think he's one of the handsome guy of our the music field, and also and next I want to say super congratulations to Esteban. He can study the more. He really like a study. Yeah, he
Very
will
much.
study in the Liverpool, UK, and I wish,
Ah,
yeah, he can get a good chance and opportunity in the
Thank you.
future. Yeah.
Esteban.
In Korea, as I know, as my memory is 2007. I just started the first time organization World Music Festival in Korea 2007. I'd invited one legendary Chilean band, but a long time ago I asked to Esteban, but he didn't forgot that he didn't remember the band name, Gimantu. Yeah,
Ah,
Gimantu is the legendary Chilean Andes music band. Andes music mixed to the contemporary. Yeah, yeah. 2007, I invite them to Korea. Almost the first Chilean band and who did play in Korea the first time is you know the Andes music. We call the Andes music. You understand the Peru,
yeah, from the
the
mountain, from the
yeah,
mountain range.
yeah. Many the Andes musicians they used to play on the street in not only Korea, Japan, China, and European countries. Many Korean people like the Andes music. And when I was a director of my ex World Music Festival in my hometown Ulsan, yeah, I was thinking about which kind of music the the Korean people the most like which kind of music. Oh, some of the among the various world music, I'd invite flamenco and padu and Andes music. The first year of my ex World Music Festival, yeah, finally I invited them, and also they played. They was really great. Our audience is really happy. My memories, I have really good memories. And 3 or 4 years ago, my memory is not good. Is
I think 3.
and Ernesto Holman, yeah,
Yeah,
and the
great
bassist,
band.
the great bassist. Yeah, he played really good. He played my solo music week, but I'm really sorry, not too much. Actually, honestly, very rare. The Chilean musician and artist they used to play in Korea. Not only music, but also the dance and theater is also.
Yeah. Why do you think that comes from? Why is that?
As a very lazy programmer, because you know, if I have an idea, if I want to invite the Chilean musician and also the Latin American artist, come from the Latin America to Korea, it's not easy.
No.
Of course, the public festival and public the venue is more easy than the commercial agency, because too much the flight cost, the travel cost, and also another thing is that it's normal, the visa, the blah blah, and then the Korean people don't know about uh, mm, the Chilean they don't have any, not too much information about the Chilean music and the Chilean artist. And also, normally Korean people is very familiar to, like, for example, the bossa nova from the Brazil,
From Brazil.
and the salsa music and Caribbean cumbia like this, and tango is from Argentina and Uruguay. That's it. And Andes music and Cuban music. When I asked to the Korean audience, and after the Ernest Holmans, for example, what I'm thinking about in Chilean music. Ah, he's from Chile. I didn't know. He just played really good. Yeah, that's it. But and the before and after my Seoul Music Week, I used to release the information about not only the Ernest Holman's personal information, but also the normal information about the Chilean music and industry, like IMESUR, and also the Walmart Chile, and the Santiago Mill. Of course, Santiago Mill is
Santiago Mill.
Yeah, performing the festival in Santiago at January.
Yeah.
But many Korean performing artists, they want to play in Santiago Mill. Yeah, this is a tip. Yeah. You ask me that's why. What the reason is not easy to invite or exchange the Korea and Chile. Yeah, this is a very normal problem. The first one is distance or travel cost is too high. But the most important reason is the programmer who live in Korea, they don't have not too much idea, or they don't have not too much information about an Chilean art and musician. Yeah, they don't have
That's
a
good to
passion.
know. Yeah, because that gives us some ideas in how to work, or what to do, how to start to build some things. I think that's very important. I want to address just a small thing about Korean music concerning this K-pop phenomenon. That's really well known in all the world. But what are you doing now in the industry or in the arts sector in South Korea to show all of the kind of music that there is in Korea? I've been there, and I know there is a lot of great bands from ethnic music, from folk, jazz music. There are a lot of jazz bands, really amazing. But what are you doing as a country to promote all the kind of music that exists there?
Yeah, it's the really big news. The BTS, they won the number one, the rank of the Billboard chart. Is actually when I heard this news, honestly, I didn't surprise, because the Parasite, the Bong Joon-ho's movies, the Parasite won the Academy Award. This is the really the big news and historical and achievement for the Korean the film industry. And I used to teaching the cinema in university long time, 15 years. But when I was a student, and also when I was a professor, I never ever expected the Korean movies won the Academy Award, because of course the Academy Award is almost the American film award and ceremony, but the Cannes and the Venice and the Berlin is we just called it this three film festival is a three major film festival all over the world. But many Korean film movies, the won the Grand Prix is the Cannes, Venice, Berlin before, but the Academy Award, they just give only the American cinema, but the Parasite is won the first time except the U.S. film, or anyway. the foreign people misunderstood the almost Korean people like the K-pop. Of course, the half and half. The BTS is great, but it's my generation. I'm old generation almost. We know the BTS, but honestly, I know exactly their music, 2 or 3 songs only, because this is a very natural things. In Korea, Esteban, he came to Korea the 3 times, all right?
Yeah,
2
I
times
think
or
so.
3 times, yeah.
3 times. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very funny thing is, for example, the Korean TV show is that they don't the release. They don't open. They don't have any TV show about in the K-pop. Probably you don't know. It's a very funny things. The popular TV program, they don't have any K-pop musician because they are very expensive.
Yeah.
It's very ironic. How can the young generation, the Korean young people, they can listen or they can watching the K-pop musicians, as I know, almost the YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is the most important platform. Yeah, the distribute or release the solution in Korea. And the Korean traditional music is our Korean Minister of Culture. They have the branch of the Minister of Culture, like for example, the Art Council Korea or Korea Art Management Service. It's like an institution. They used to support very strong to the traditional Korean traditional musician, and also the Korean indie musician. My main is in Korean indie musician, including the rock and electro and hip hop, yeah, and some of the indie K-pop musician, yeah, including
the independent. Okay.
Yeah. Not the independent. At this moment, independent meaning is not famous or not rich, yeah. But
Okay.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay, thank you. In honor of time, we are going to the second topic, that is about the importance in creating cultural connections between Latin America and Asia. For this, I'm gonna explain a bit. And for Francesca, how has been your experience with music bands and artists from Chile touring and performing through China to the whole country? And what areas can be reached by these activities, or what kind of impact can be generated in both Chilean music and Chilean music market, and in the music in general, and also in China's industry, in the music industry, in the creative industry?
Well, the experience has been awesome. I mean, it's spectacular since the beginning. I remember I started this with 2 musicians. They came with a special performance about the Neruda's poem. They play music for Neruda's poem. Neruda is a very famous Chilean artist in China. It's students study Neruda at the university, for example. Some people know their poems, for example. So studying with them, it was very interesting because people was interesting to know about how the poems of these artists were musical size. I don't know, put music, right? So with that, it was like we have to keep doing this. Then it was Amanitas. It's artists that probably they didn't have an international experience yet, but with the willingness to do or started this in China and train that, because probably China is a huge country, but still not developed enough for artists. I mean, China, even though it's a huge country and they might have a lot of resources in terms of access to culture, you don't see, and as you said before, you don't see many people, many big, huge artists playing in China. I mean, Madonna, for example, or new artists like I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm also old generation, so I don't know the new generation.
but it's kind of the same. It's kind of not exactly the same, but it's kind of some of the same path to go to a new artist as the same as old artist with a lot of experience. It's kind of
exactly like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I don't remember well. I'm very fan of Muse, and I saw Muse in Japan, and the Summer Sonic Festival. Which Summer Sonic Festival is amazing, awesome. It was super awesome, and probably the best show in my life, Muse, in this festival. And then I saw Muse here in China, in Beijing, in a smallest scenario, like maybe for 5,000 or 6,000 people, and it was horrible. I mean, people not that into the music, not enjoying, not like driving crazy and singing their song. So the experience with Chilean music, even though it's obviously a small quantity of people, and probably not knowing this band, at least it's been like a rewarding because it's been growing. So definitely an excellent experience. And that's the impact, because before we had zero impact, and now every time we bring a band and they tour through China in small cities, but small cities when 200 people can see this band, and they're happy because in these cities they don't have anything anyway. So it's a new thing. So the experience is awesome, and the impact, it's always very rewarding.
Yeah, okay, great. And for Lee, well, what have you been able to achieve or to see or to generate through your visits of different music markets in South America? I know you are being in Circular, for example, and also with the presence, as you said, from Chilean or Latin American bands in South Korea, and also vice versa, like Korean bands in South America.
Yes, I used to participated in several music market. We call them just music market. The same meaning is a showcase festival and conference.
Yep.
I used to went to 4 times in Circular in Medellin, Colombia, and the 5 years ago, Recife in Porto Musical in Brazil, and Belo Horizonte Música Mundo in Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais in Brazil. Yeah, I think they have a little bit the different direction and strategy for their artists. Of course, my partner and my manager and my assistant, Seung-Chun Lee, he involved in the online session in 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago in SIM, the Sao Paulo. yeah, we didn't went there. Through this like a 3 music market, the Colombia and to Brazil, yeah, and also the Havana in Cuba, but the event name is changed. Yeah, we exchanged
Yes.
many artists. Yeah, not just the exchange but also not only the exchange, but also we had the collaboration with the Korean band, with the band from Latin America. I think the more and more the bands and the Korean and the Latin American musician, and we exchange, and also for example the one band from the Argentina. She's a really famous. I forgot her name. She is the musician and the model and the film actors. She played in Seoul Music Week, my event, and also next she got a tour in Japan, and also the female musician from the Belo Horizonte. She had the same ones. The 1 week she played in Korea, in Seoul Music Week, and 3 or 4 small concert hall and live club in Korea. And next, she got the 10 more concert in Japan. Like this, I will try to like this. If the Latin American band, when they come to Korea, for example, my Seoul Music Week or my jazz festival or another venue, I will try to arrange the more concerts for them. For example, the Japan and also the Taiwan. But the China is a long time ago. I have the partner in Beijing, but my partner's company is changed a little bit. They have a different direction for the rock and hip hop and electro or commercial music. Yeah, but
Yes.
at this moment they don't have any interest in for inviting the unknown or not famous artists from Latin America. Yeah, I don't want to say the company name. Francesca, she know well.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, the Strawberry Festival and Midi Festival, you know well.
Yeah,
Maybe,
MIDI
yes.
festival.
Yeah, they just want
Strawberry.
to. Yeah, what they just want to invite in just a rock band or the electro. That's it. Yeah.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
we have to go to the last topic. It's have to be really short because of time. But it's talking about the technologies and social media, the use of platforms concerning music, because in Chile and in general in Western countries, we have some way of using them. And I know, I experienced that it's really different in Asia, and even is different between countries within Asia. So it's very different in South Korea from China, from Japan. So this is a huge thing that we have to think about that in the future. So I want to freely speak about this, Charlie, please, because we are on kind of on time. So we can start with you, Francesca.
Okay. Yeah, well, of course, I mean, online platform, WeChat, Bilibili, what is the other one? TikTok, claro, they call it. Here is Douyin. They're huge platform. I mean, they have different purposes and they target different audience, but having a strategy to target all of them, it should be very, very important. What is my problem? That normally the time I can spend on social media is not enough, because I'm doing a lot of stuff, and social media is a lot of time consuming. So and I came again with resources, because the more resources we have, also we can invest more in social media, because basically this is an investment. It's not like you're wasting time on social media, exactly promoting yourself or promoting your bands. It should be part of your business model, actually. But in my case specifically, sometimes it makes it very difficult to do it. I would love to have more time and more material also to show in social media, because through all this year recording videos and being like the promoter and paparazzi, like cuando se llama paparazzi, I have a lot of material that we love to show in social media. Yeah, we have to. I think that's a huge challenge for me as a company in the next years.
Yeah, it's huge. The thing with platforms and social media in China, we're talking about hundreds of millions.
Millions, God.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for you, Lee, in South Korea, what can you say about that?
Yeah, TikTok and WeChat is the hot issue. But I don't want to talk about the political the program and
Yeah.
censorship. Yeah, because the Korea, Japan, and China, we have a very, very complicated relationship by the diplomatic and political. Anyways, very, very funny, and also the very, very interesting to me, because I used to checking the international news every day, and not every time. Yeah, anyway, the many times that I really, really concerned. Yeah, it's very funny things. The YouTube is I told you before, YouTube is the main platform in Korea, is also same. But the last time I involved as a jury, I involved in the Art Council Korea, totally the 8-9 performance, we have to selecting the 12 performance piece. This supporting program is like this. The Art Council Korea, they supporting the live broadcasting, the 5 cameras, and then the audio is also really good quality, and also they supported this like the small theater is a 200 seat, the middle theater 500 seat, big theater is the 1,000 more. The Art Council Korea, they're supporting the ticket price for the dance theater, the dance and theater and the music, the performers. But I would like to say almost the artist, not only musician but also another genre, the artist, they want to have the good platform like YouTube or TikTok or WeChat, and Korean WeChat is KakaoTalk. But we can imagine and we can guess, if I'm a musician and also I have a YouTube, my own channel, I uploading the many pieces of my music and my dance, but only my family, my friends, they watching the YouTube channel. This is the horrible disaster. Most important thing is the Korea Art Council or Korean government supported is a really good money or good supporting system. Each musician or the company or the band, they have their own channel, but it's non-useful. The most important thing I already suggest to the Art Council Korea, the Korea Art Council, the Art Council Korea, and the Korea Art Management Service, and the Korea Creative Content Agency, they have their own channel, not only YouTube but also the website. But all for example, the more focused to the musician or music industry, all platform is separate. We have to the integral. Yeah. We need integral by the for example the Minister of Culture or Art Council Korea, and so we cannot the investigation to the who is the my style musician, the who is my favorite music. Yeah, we cannot the searching too much information or too much the channel and too much the platform. Yeah, this is a big problem.
Yeah, well, this topic is a huge thing. I think for us in Chile to invest in investigating about the platforms and social media in Asia is huge. For example, in here we don't use WeChat, and WeChat is a really big company, a really big thing that is not only chatting with other people. So I think this is one of the most important things to understand, especially for us in Latin America. Well, we are closing now. This is I think it's one of the first insights of these topics. Is a first approach to this big theme that is the connection between Chile and Latin America with Asia. So we hope to keep on continuing doing this in the future. This is a challenge for us, and I would like to thank you for being here, for talking to us and sharing your knowledge and experiences. So that's it, and I want to thank to IMESUR because of this opportunity to be here and to share this content to Chile and Latin American audiences, musicians and agents. So I'm gonna let you do the final words if you want to thank or to address something.
Well, thank you very much, Esteban. Thank you very much, IMESUR, for this opportunity. Yeah, well, China and Asia is for the brave. So let's keep doing this. Other people conquest other continents before. Why not conquest the Asia this time? I mean, it's a different. There's more technology now. There's more platform now, so it might look easier. It's not that easy, but I think we have a lot already on hand. So
thank you very much.
Is me the last?
Yes, the last one.
Thank you so much, man, the inviting to this like an interesting session. Thank you to IMESUR. I wish from next year I can go to the Beijing and the IMESUR.
Hopefully.
Latin America is also, yeah, is a Seoul Music Week of this year. We will open by online, probably November. You can check our only Korean showcase. Unfortunately, we have the YouTube channel and the Facebook, and website that you can see our live showcase. Yeah, please take care to everyone. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much and goodbye.
Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you. Gracias. Hey.